Have you ever stared at a technical blueprint, one of those super precise drawings, and just wondered, how do I make this feel real? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. The journey from a flat 2D drawing to a stunning, photorealistic world you feel like you could almost step right into. This is the big question, isn't it? It's the challenge every modern designer and engineer faces. How do you take the language of lines and numbers and turn it into an experience? How do you give a flat plan depth and light and a real atmosphere? This isn't just about software, it's a creative leap. And it's a leap we're about to take right now. So every big journey starts with one simple question. Hey, is this actually for me? Let's figure out who's perfectly set up to start this amazing transformation. Look, it doesn't matter if you're an engineer designing the skeleton of a huge structure, an architect shaping the spaces we live and work in, or a draftsman bringing ideas into precise focus. You all have something in common. You're creators. You start with a plan, an idea. This whole journey is tailor-made for professionals like you who need to communicate that vision with total clarity and, honestly, a little bit of wow factor. And you know what the best part is? The barrier to entry is super low. You don't need to be some seasoned guru to get started. If you've got a handle on the basics of technical drawing and you're comfortable using a computer, you are good to go. We're not starting from zero. We're building on the foundation you already have. All right, so we know who this is for and what you need to get rolling. Now let's get into the how. And it all begins with the blueprint. That's the foundation, not just for a building, but for your entire design process. Getting this down is kind of like a three-step climb. First up, you've got to master the interface. You want that software to feel like an extension of your own mind. Then, we dive into the advanced stuff, the techniques that let you create drawings with just unbelievable precision. And finally, we bring it home with layouts and printing, making sure your work looks as sharp on paper as it does on the screen. It's the whole workflow, from A to Z. What you're really learning here is to speak a language, the universal language of engineering and architecture. Seriously, every skyscraper, every bridge, every single product, it all starts with these exact lines. This isn't just a skill, it's the bedrock of our entire built world. But listen, a perfect blueprint is just the beginning. The real magic, the part that makes jaws drop, happens when we take that flat plan and give it a third dimension. This is the moment we jump from a 2D world into a 3D space. And this is a huge shift in how you think. 2D drafting tells you what you're building, but 3D modeling, that shows you how it will actually exist in the real world. All of a sudden, you're not just drawing lines anymore, you're sculpting with volume, with space, with light. It's the best way to spot problems and explore new ideas before a single dollar is spent on materials. So what skills do you need to make this happen? Well, first, you master 3D solids. Think of it as your digital clay. From there, you learn to assemble them into incredibly detailed architectural models. And this last one is crucial. You'll learn efficient block management. Now that sounds technical, but it's the secret sauce for working faster and smarter. It lets you reuse things like doors and windows across huge projects without having to redraw them every single time. Okay, so we've laid the foundation in 2D, we've sculpted the form in 3D, but now it's time for the final, most exciting step, the power-up. It's time to bring these designs to life with Lumion. Lumion is where your technical model gets a soul. It's the art of painting with light, with textures, with materials. You're not just showing a building anymore, you're showing how the morning sun is going to hit the glass, how the trees will cast shadows, what it will actually feel like to be in that space. You're adding life itself. And that, right there, is the ultimate payoff. It's that magic moment when your design stops being just a set of instructions and starts telling a powerful story. A story that clients and colleagues don't just see, but one they can truly feel. So when you bring all this together, the 2D precision, the 3D modeling, and the lifelike rendering, what do you actually get? Well, it's a lot more than just a new set of skills. What you get is a complete and total professional transformation. And the timeline for this whole thing? Just 8 weeks. That's it. Think about where you could be in 2 months. This isn't some long, drawn-out process. It's a focused, powerful sprint that can seriously elevate your entire career. Ultimately, everything we've talked about comes down to this one promise. You will be fully prepared to handle professional industry projects with confidence. Let's just focus on that last word, confidence. Because this isn't just about learning software. It's about gaining that absolute self-assurance to walk into any project knowing you have the skills to deliver at the absolute highest level. So, The path forward is crystal clear. The tools are ready and waiting, and your future, well, it's waiting to be built. The only question left is, are you ready to be the one to design it?